We all saw the news. A kid beat Tetris legitimately. Congratulations to him. I actually myself wanted to get into Tetris. I've never played it before. The only thing that was holding me back is that I was afraid I wouldn't understand the storyline. So I tried to do some digging. I searched YouTube looking for some sort of lore explanation or storyline explanation, but I couldn't find anything, which is weird. It's a 40-year-old game with 100 official games, but it has zero lore. I mean, that's unbelievable. I guess it's gonna be up to me to do some research and do a deep dive into Tetris's lore. So the first game to actually point out where Tetris takes place is Tetris Effect. What we learned from Tetris Effect is that the Tetris franchise takes place in the Milky Way galaxy, but not within our solar system. I guess amateur astronomers have linked the Tetris Effect Journey Mode galaxy map to a place in the southern hemisphere of the Milky Way galaxy, and within the final level of this Journey Mode, I know I'm spoiling this for myself, is you're flying through the galaxy and you watch kind of this blue star be developed, and then the credits roll. So the next portion of the storyline is the alien arc. So now we know the where. Now we must answer the who. Who is inhabiting this blue star solar system? To answer that, 3 games have the same planet, represented with a minimal to no atmosphere. And each of the games displays sentient life. Tetris 2 for the Game Boy has sentient plants. Tetris Blast has a infamous alien shadow council led by the 3 major bosses of the game, Gloop, Snapter, and Creepta. And then Tetris 2 kind of ties things up nicely and brings this arc to a close. It shows this unnamed teal golem bring the destruction about to the solar system of the blue star with, you guessed it, the opposite of a Tetris, which is a purple orb. And the golem, of course, everybody knows this, is just pointing out the hubris of technology. These aliens got so advanced, brought about their own destruction. Now this links up perfectly with the game Tetris Worlds. Tetris Worlds actually has a voiced intro that's a rallying call for evacuation of the solar system. The purple orb is causing their sun to go nova. Or supernova, excuse me.
And Hadar, our sun, will go nova far sooner than expected. We must find a new home.
If you're paying attention closely to this, there's actually a name drop of the solar system star, of the blue stars, called Hadar, which is in the Milky Way galaxy. So in the last-ditch effort, sentient Tetris blocks, or Tetraminos, must open up way gates to escape, to get to a different part of the galaxy to survive. So if you collect everything in this game, you get the high score, you'll get to see the true ending, which shows the Tetraminos going to the final planet and cleansing it, making it livable. The twist is, this is primordial Earth. Tetraminos exhaust all of their power and are now lying dormant somewhere on the planet. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very hard to find any sort of information or lore in between the supernovaing of the star to our present day. The only thing I could find was in this 1994 Nokia N-Gage game called Tetris Battle Gaiden. The only reason I bring this up is because on this map there's only one thing that is Tetris related, and that is somewhere called Tetris Island. It is a very important thing I'm going to cover later. The next portion of the Tetris storyline, all of you are familiar with, is the human arc. It's shown in a lot of games. It's mostly shown to be scenic locations, not inhabited by humans yet. No humans around. Just scenery, waterfalls, calm music. Tetris elements, very similar in the fact that it's just showing basic things that exist if humans are not around. In this case, it's elements. You have everything there. You have storm, fire, wood, electricity. Everything is there. And finally, it closes this arc with Tetris 64, showing humanity existing, all their triumphs and greatness of the world, all the wonders of various civilizations. As you can see here, the pyramids and then the White House. This, of course, leads us to V Tetris, the Virtual Boy Tetris. You remember when I was talking about the island like 12 seconds ago? Well, I forgot to mention that that island sank. This leads us to the Discovery arc. The entire storyline of Tetris Plus is a professor and his young assistant uncovering ancient Tetris civilization. From the gameplay, I saw this is a genius game where you actually have to stack the block. You want to stack the Tetris blocks up, and you don't want to clear any lines to make an escape. That's just gameplay. This is not lore. Sorry for getting sidetracked there. So upon finishing Tetris Plus's story mode, the professor and the assistant discover Atlantis. And that's right, you guessed it. It turns out Atlantis had the Tetraminos in there all along. And then they immediately fly away once discovered. I guess they woke them up, and then the game ends. Okay, so now Tetris Plus takes place in 1893. That's a long ways away from the space race, so humans don't have the technology yet. So at this point, the only thing that fits into the timeline are the vaudeville acts of Jeremy and Jeremy during the intermission cutscenes of Tetris 2 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This leads us to the final and most recognizable game, Tetris for the Nintendo Entertainment System, where if anybody played this game, after completing Type A, the humans progress their space travel advancement to venture forth and find the Tetraminos in space. And that's it. That's everything from watching hundreds of videos on YouTube. That's everything I learned so far about the Tetris timeline, the storyline. So questions, there's a lot of questions you guys have right now. Where does this lead us? Like, where's the story gonna take place next? If I had to guess, probably in space again, or wherever the Tetraminos land. My guess is that there's gonna be a new Tetris block, like an R or something. So that's pretty much it. I'm kind of burnt out on Tetris right now. I'm not gonna play it or anything. So thank you for watching all the way. If you enjoyed this video, please watch my other videos. I did a deep dive on the Lawrence Minesweeper, so make sure you go check that out.